Hey guys, James here again with another Civ 7 video, and this is going to be part 8 of our Let's Learn Civ 7 tutorial series. As you can see, I actually recently just got a new computer. Hopefully everything looks like a bit of an upgrade, the animation's a little better, hopefully. Also, of course, patch 1.1.1 has officially come out, so you might notice some differences from the last one. I'm already noticing some differences. But yeah, let's dive right into this. In MohProbs, let's get this pavilion. Where is that 7? Right here. We would have to replace the arena. Alternatively, we could also put it here with the grist mill potentially for a little less culture though. I think we're gonna put it here though, next to the menagerie there. For our next research, let's see. Let's get up to urban planning for now, and then before hitting the future tech, probably go through some of these masteries. As for our civics, I think we definitely need to get through the civics tree a little bit more. I think we need at least one wonder to slot a couple more of those great works into. Let's get inspiration for now. That'll boost our culture a little bit, improve our wonder building. Then in Bach, I think when we build this menagerie, although we would have to replace that. Is there any other option we have in Bach? The unfortunate thing for Bach is that it kind of seems like we don't have a ton of possible tiles we can really build to anymore. So what I'm really thinking here is maybe we just hit that cultural festival, generates culture equal to 25% of the production, cancel at any time. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else we really need at this point. So let's go ahead and do that. In Zunantunik, let's make a menagerie, a little bit of science and culture. So we have a couple options. We can replace the altar, but that wouldn't really complete that district. I think we can still probably do it though. Let's go replace the altar here. We can unload this treasure fleet cargo here. Boom, 2 more points. And then with this cog, let's continue to move. Oh, you might also notice we have quick movement on, one of the big updates here, so won't have to wait for all those animations anymore. And with these couple of ships, I think let's just move them around to keep a bit of a border. Watch for any funny business from any of these guys here. We'll hit next turn.
I have collected all the writings and burnt those which were of no use.
Okay. Authority makes sense. Check out our policies really quick. Since we do have quite a few city-states that we're suzerain of, maybe let's replace this one right here. Maybe replace Hob. Yeah, let's try replacing Hob for now and see how that affects us. So definitely dropped our science down a bit because of the Ming ability, of course. But I don't think we particularly need too much science at this point. We're doing pretty well. The students sit in rows, dressed in uniforms, eyes facing the teacher. He looks down at his lecture notes. So we can either get +2 happiness on universities, +2 science. Again, I don't think we really need the science. Let's go with the happiness, especially if we want to try to expand further. And I think this will definitely help a lot if we start to go way over our limit here. In Guiyang, I'm gonna say we grab this right here, or maybe here actually, so we can expand to those whales. And looks like our steel government secrets was discovered by Hatshepsut. Not a huge deal. They're probably a little upset with us. Okay, -5, not terrible. I feel a little bad, and I do want to offer her something, but I think I do want to save up some influence for now in case we want to try to convert some of these other city-states. Here in Athens, let's grab this pavilion. A little more culture, never hurt. We can maximize it at 7 on one of these, or we could just complete... Wow, I don't know what Athens was doing, or what Machiavelli there was doing with Whoa, wait. We can rename cities now. Wow. I swear that was not a thing before. Looks like they're definitely making some progress, and that's really good to see. I think what I'm going to do, though, is replace this amphitheater. That way we can complete this cultural district here with the kiln. And with these couple of units, I'm just going to set them on alert. Alright, so this treasure fleet from Nanchang looks like our first one. Let's send him over here. And just continue to explore with this cog. Looks like Augustus's settler decided to kind of wander off a little bit. Maybe he saw something a little better. Let's head that way and see. Why is Hatshepsut hiding over here? What's she trying to do? Convert Yingtian, perhaps? That's not a big deal to me. I don't really care. As long as there's no settlers coming, though. Alright, here in Nangchang, let's continue to expand this way. Oh, never mind. Already hit the 3 tiles. But with these dates, food and happiness, always useful. Let's put that in Athens. We also have a bit of gold saved up at this point. I'm thinking we should probably try to convert one of these cities. One, just so we can build some more. Looks like we already built a temple there, actually. Still going to need it, though, if we do want to get that the yields we need for the Enlightenment path. We're at 2 out of 3 right now. And well, we have 4 cities. So I think getting a 5th one would definitely help. Let's do it in Knossos. Convert. And start saving up for some more temples in some of the other cities. So in Knossos, let's maybe get some production. A shipyard sounds like a pretty good one, although 10 turns is a little long. And let's maybe start with the dungeon and then go from there. Put it right here for now. And with this Mandarin, is that the best city we have here? Is that the best option? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We can maybe establish a couple more with Confucius a little later. It is from those who travel far that new dreams come. The Ming wanderers speak a tongue merged from those of distant places, though they call Ming lands home. Their travels have made them wealthy and ambitious. So we unlock the Mughal because we have at least 4 trade routes with unique civilizations. And with a little bit more resources, where do we want to put this? Again, not really planning on making missionaries, although it also works towards temples. So that's actually pretty decent. I'm going to first put the jade here. And then now that I see that, let me actually move. Actually, I don't think that's going to help anywhere in particular, because I think we're kind of already done making temples in most of our cities at this point. I'm just going to assign some of this incense around and probably move it around later. All right, in Yingtian, let's grab this, get over to those foxes over there. And then in Kaifeng, I'm going to say we head towards those camels. Actually, I think the camels seem pretty safe. We don't really need to expand that way immediately. So let's maybe grab this fish and expand upwards there. Let's also see how much we have. 480 to incorporate people. So I think we're chilling for now. Probably need to see if we can find a way to improve our influence, honestly. And in Wak Kabnal, let's drop an armorer down. Probably replace this academy. Yeah, probably replace that academy. Skirt along the borders with some of these guys. And just see what we can find. Try and discover as much of the map as we can. But looks like we've actually got through a decent chunk of it.
Oh, for a muse of fire.
Alright, let's check this out real quick. We get some additional culture for each displayed gold work. Yeah, honestly, I don't really think we need that much science anymore, so let's keep boosting up our culture and maybe start building some wonders soon if we can get enough culture to get something that hasn't already been completed. Here in Hanko, let's try to expand northwards. Oh. Alright, for our culture, I'm thinking we grab society, perhaps? Yeah, let's do that. Because we can also increase our settlement limit if we get down to the mastery there. And then in Zunan Tunic, oh, we can actually build a wonder. El Escorial. Let's see if anywhere else can also make that a little bit quicker, perhaps. Definitely not there. 7 turns in Atheni. What do we get from this? 3 relic slots, 1 settlement limit, plus 4 happiness on cities within 7 tiles of this wonder. Okay. So let's see. Wakano actually would be a great spot for that, since we do seem to be kind of smack dab in the middle of everything. Maybe somewhere along this side here, but I don't know if I have a lot of open space on that side. Zunan Tunic maybe is also a good option, since it's a little quicker too. And probably can build here somewhere. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So somewhere around here, I'm thinking. Let's go ahead and plop it right here. But let's build a temple here. Actually, do we even need it? I don't know if we really need it. It's only giving us happiness. Although I guess happiness doesn't really hurt. But given that we're trying to build that one wonder, I think we might be okay in terms of relics and whatnot. So I'm just going to keep moving these cogs around for now and maybe revisit that a little bit later. Volcanic eruption. And maybe it's just me, but it sounds like the sound balancing is a lot better now, which, yeah, seems like something that they fixed, so very happy to see that. In Zunan Tunic, I think I'm going to start going into these specialists. Boom, boom. And then in Atheni, I have 3 turns on the shipyard. Let's definitely hammer that home. Put it next to the wharf. Seems like a good spot. And looks like Guiyang spawned another treasure fleet. Let's get you right here. Oh, Yingtian as well. Very nice, very nice. I don't know why this army commander woke up. I think maybe because of the explosion, the eruption there. So you can chill again.
Law is nothing other than the command of the sovereign in the exercise of his power.
All right, very nice. That finished way ahead of schedule.
City is like a great house, and the house is like a small city.
Most likely because of the Mayan power that we had when we have the that one unique district, right? The Jala and the Kuna. So I think that's still in play, giving us boost, which so good, so good. A lot of options now. Ooh, Machu Picchu we could also build, which on a mountain tile would be pretty nice for Bach, honestly. Let's see what it gives though. +2 resource capacity in this settlement, +4 culture, and +4 gold on all buildings adjacent to the wonder. A tropical mountain, so that's all these tiles here that would get some boosts. Not bad. Let's also see if anywhere else might be a good option to build Machu Picchu. Also 3 turns on Wat Kop Nal, and maybe putting like somewhere here could be pretty juicy. Yeah, let's actually just go ahead, put it in Wat Kop Nal. I'm thinking like right here seems pretty good to me. And then in Bach, we don't really need food, so I'm thinking we get the bank. Problem in Bach is just that we have so many districts and whatnot that don't exactly have a lot of like rural tiles anymore. You know, it's not the end of the world, I think. And the yields here are pretty good, but obviously we do lose a bit on like our saw pits and stone cutters and whatnot. Not the end of the world though. Let's go ahead and build. Sure, why not? Let's just build the bank. And then let's move that dude that we just displaced, and let's put it, go ahead and put it here. The yields look pretty juicy there. In Zunan Tunic, I'm kind of thinking we also get a bank here. We don't need a ton of stuff. I guess food could be good for us, especially since we do want to get as many specialists out as we can. So let's go ahead, replace this library, I'm thinking. Now let's take a look at our research options we have here. I'm gonna say we grab this for now. Lets our land units go into deep ocean, just to makes our life a little bit easier, even though it's not gonna be super necessary to do. But I'm just thinking, for example, our one guy here, who's just been chilling on the beach, hasn't been able to explore anymore, would help him move around a little bit. Oh, our Mandarin made it to Wasset. Is Wasset the best one though? We could do Gao instead. Well, the camel is pretty nice. I'm gonna go ahead and do Wasset for now. I think we are starting to hit some of our limits, so the camel is not bad at all. Let's see if they changed it where can I actually see what cities have enough yields? It doesn't really say, right? That's a little bit of a pain. So I would very much like to kind of move things around. I have to imagine it's Zunan Tunic and Bach at this point. So I think it's time to start investing some of the resources into Wat Kop Nal, perhaps. Let's go ahead, get the camel in there, and get some more of this stuff in here as well. Treasure fleet has arrived. Boom, boom, an additional point. Let's see, we have 17 of 20, so within the next couple turns we should hit the next milestone for economic. All right, looks like we hit a new milestone for science.
Thou who dwell in the high heavens among the tempest clouds, accept our sacrifice.
Yep, looks like it's because of Wat Kop Nal building Machu Picchu. So I think Wat Kop Nal, Zunan Tunic, Bach all probably hit the limit now. So in that case, once we do get access to resources, I'm gonna just do it now so I don't forget. Let's start putting things towards either Knossos or Athenae. I think Athenae is probably a little further along, so I'm not too concerned. So let's instead let's start loading up in Knossos, I'm thinking. Happiness, sure. Let's take the Cowlin. Do that for now, I'm thinking. In Bach, I'm gonna say let's get this one here actually. Fill that out. And in Kaifeng, expand over towards the Jade over there. Oh, Machiavelli trying to steal our technology. That's fine. I don't like you, but you know, whatever. Looks like we're kind of crushing it, and really, really Confucius seems to be our main competitor. Although Hatshepsut, culture-wise, pretty strong as well. I've also heard that they made the AI stronger, so we'll see how it affects the difficulty. Although for this one, it was kind of a tutorial series, so I didn't want to play on too high of a difficulty. I kind of learned from my Civ 6 playthrough. For now, though, in Bach, let's put a hospital next to the bank. A bit of a commentary on the modern-day American healthcare system, perhaps. And then in Wakabnal, or let's make a missionary here, actually. I also want to make some mandarins just to test out some of those unique abilities. It's not super needed, but again, just want to show off different abilities, things that these civs can do and whatnot. And our treasure fleet has returned home. Unload in Bach, that's another 2 points. It looks like we are getting pretty decently far. We probably need to settle more on some of those islands. And maybe that's what we need to do actually for some of these other places. Yeah, maybe Zunan Tunic, once you finish that hospital, let's get you to make a... Let's just queue it up now, just so I don't forget. Let's get you to make a settler. And that way we can try to probably expand like here or something. We also starting to get up there with our accumulated influence. I don't know where exactly I want to convert yet. Maybe Gaegyang. Ooh, also there's that little luxurious encampment. Let's see if maybe we can get a unit there. And yeah, I'm still saving that attribute because I do want to see... Oh, wait. They changed these trees now too? Yeah, it's way smaller now, right? And I don't see any like legend unlocks anymore, so I guess we'll never know. I guess what we'll do is... I guess we'll just invest in this for now.
If shipbuilding art were in the wood, ships would exist by nature.
Areas once thought unfit for human habitation now teem with life. Cities grow steadily into centers of commerce and learning, and travelers from abroad come to dream of such progress for themselves. Another scientific point. We want just plus 5%. Let's do this one. This is repeatable, and I've already hit it once, I believe, yeah. But let's just fill out the rest of the tree. Don't really need the alliance one, because I don't need no friends. Then, of course, with our technology, let's get this relic and +1 science and science buildings, just so we can start investing into the future there, and but probably also hit this culture one a little later as well. In Wakabnal, I'm thinking let's maybe do a Mandarin. Doesn't hurt to expand that a little bit. And yeah, let's do a quick test. I know as part of the recent patch, we should be able to convert holy cities now, and I believe Madrid is a holy city, so let's go ahead and give that a shot. And in Athena, I think I'm just going to try to take as much as we can in terms of pure resources. 11 food does sound pretty good. Let's maybe go ahead and do that. Boom. Treasure fleet is home. We finally hit the next step in the economic one. So overall, doing pretty well. Military is maybe the only one where we might end up in a dark age, which may be something we should try to do just because, you know, again, just to show you guys different stuff. I forgot about El Escorial there, so let's go ahead and throw things in there, but just need one more relic, which we should get right after our Education 2 completes. And boom, just like that.
The social pact ensures that men become equal by covenant and by right.
Just like that, looks like we've fully hit 40 yield in 5 different cities. Finished way quicker than I thought I was going to be honest, but hey, I'm not complaining. Local sporting matches frequently end in brawls among fans dissatisfied with the outcomes. Franklin considers solutions from his advisors. We can either get a freelancer, or we can get a scientific attribute point by completing this quest. Let's go ahead and do that. The popular lectures sponsored by Franklin have grown far beyond their humble origins. Students travel from all provinces to hear the teachings of the world's most eminent scholars. And yeah, so just like that, another scientific point. Do I even want to get this? Not really. Let's just get another 5% raw. And just like that, you can see we jumped up a lot in age progress. We're gonna hit 70% for the crisis pretty soon. In Wakabnal, grab this for now, I guess. Confucius, stealing technologies. Bro, your science is like just as good. Or maybe not just as good, but you know, it's pretty good. Machiavelli, stealing our government secrets. Whatever. We're gonna eliminate you soon enough. Mykeen, Lindsay. Chalkis is really the one I want. And yeah, I just probably want to clear out some of these cities just to kind of make our borders look a little bit nicer. Let's go ahead and start grabbing some of these Ming civics, I'm thinking. Let me see if there's anything that we really want around here. I guess the settlement limit would be pretty nice from some of those other ones, but I do also maybe want to get some of the legacy policies, you know? Let's go ahead and grab this though for now. 4 turns, not too bad. And we can always swing back to the Ming Civics pretty quickly, I think. In Knossos, let's build the shipyard here. Oh, another treasure fleet so quickly. Bring you back here. Looks like we also have enough influence. Probably should have noticed that a little bit earlier. Where to capture though? I'm gonna say we capture Gyeogyang, since I think some of these other areas we can probably expand to pretty easily if we really wanted to, but Gyeongyang's a little bit out of the way. Let's go ahead and start incorporating there. And I'm surprised that Avanti down here only just started getting befriended by someone. You know, totally cool. Augustus, whatever you want to do, dude. And boom, with that.
The best investment for 1 year is to grow grains. The best investment for 10 years is to grow trees. The best investment for a lifetime is to educate people.
Yep, and just like that, culture and science both fully completed. Looks like we did jump up quite a bit just now because of that. And with that, it might be a little bit hard to get to economic. Military, I think we can probably still reach that first level once we get this settler across. That seems to be the best spot. Probably right here, right? Yeah, I think that seems like the most obvious option. Beyond this mortal realm lies another, so citizens of the world believe. Through prayer and rites, sacred books, and holy places, they venerate the divine in their own ways, seeking guidance in this life and the next. These diverse practices enrich our society with inventive perspectives, but disagreements between sects create deep rifts that threaten chaos. As conversations spiral into arguments, the decision faces the empire: to tolerate multiple religions or to unify under a single creed. So we have 2 options here. We can accept all faiths, which, let's quickly take a look around. We actually don't even have that many religions in our land, interestingly enough. Surprised that there haven't been a lot of people trying to spread to us, although maybe some of these distant lands perhaps. Either that, or we can focus on just our religion. Unhappy settlements following another player's religion can go into unrest. Unhappy settlements following another player's religion can go into unrest. Seems like these are largely similar. Let's go ahead and try this. All faiths must be accepted. Let's choose a crisis policy. +8 happiness in settlements that do not follow your religion. -2 charges on you missionaries. Alright, I don't think that's too bad, to be honest, because what? Bach is really the only city that's following our religion. Pretty much just because we beelined to spread into, oh, I guess right here we do have Athens, which was, I guess, the former capital. But otherwise, yeah, not a lot of other religions in our lands, which I'm totally cool with. In Kalakmul, let's continue to expand outwards. And then in Bach, I mean, I guess I'll go for Cultural Festival. Looks like we also have hella gold now, which I've just been letting accumulate. So in that case, let's try to develop some of these little towns, perhaps. What do we have here? Farms. Let's get a granary here. Seems like an easy option. Right by City Hall. Meanwhile, here in Koba, what else we got here? Also farms, fishing boats, and whatnot. Let's do a fishing quay. In Tikal, what do we have here? Fishing boats, plantations, farms. Let's just grab a granary for now. I am totally cool with that. We're next to the temple, I suppose. Maybe let's even start developing some of these distant land settlements a bit. We have woodcutters, plantations. So maybe let's get a saw pit here. Generate a little bit more production, hence gold in these distant lands. I'll develop Guiyang a little, I think. Might not be a bad option. A lot of fishing boats. I don't know if any of the options here are really that good, to be honest, but, you know, let's go ahead and get a saw pit. Yingtian as well. What do we have here? Plantation. Looks like mostly woodcutters and whatnot. So let's go ahead and get a saw pit here as well. In Wakabna, let's go ahead and get a hospital. +8 food. Looks like this tile right here. Is there anyone else that might be good? I think this is fine. Let's do that. And in Zunantunik, don't mind getting a bank, I think. 6 food. Is that really the best spot, though? Maybe we just start replacing here for 1 less gold. It's not the end of the world. The texture, let's maybe get the future tech now. Start bumping this up a little bit. Our armies have many soldiers, but not enough commanders to lead them. We will maintain 9 land units at the start of the next age. We must produce more army commanders, or we will lose 13 land units. Okay. All right, that maybe changes our our plan here a little bit then. That many army commanders? What? In that case, let's start queuing up. Actually, do we have enough gold to just buy some of them outright? You can buy a fleet commander. Honestly, I'm fine with that. Let's do that. You know, we have some time, right? Army commander, 8 turns. Do we have 8 turns? I think we should. Might be a little bit close, but let's go ahead and just queue up a couple army commanders. Actually, Bach's not even making anything useful. Let's make an army commander there right away. I think what they said there were like 13 units that we're going to lose potentially. So I think we definitely need 3 army commanders. 12 turns there. Jeez, it's getting more and more expensive. 28. Let's go ahead and get it here in MohProbs, or sorry, in Athenai. Repair this plantation, this pesky volcano constantly ruining the silk there. And invest our silk back now that we've rebuilt it. So mandarins have the ability which build a road to a settlement. But I think it has to be like a friendly one. I think we all have roads already, so I don't really know if this is going to trigger at all. I guess really what we can do is just try to find another trade partner, although it's not going to make a huge difference at this point, since we kind of are hitting the end of the age here. I'm going to say maybe what we can do is try to 120. All right, in that case, let's start moving this guy over towards like the Luoyang area. All right, looks like our missionary is here. It looks like we can convert settlement if we want. It's not super necessary, but we did make the missionary, so whatever. Let's go ahead and do that and queue you up to move to a rural tile. In Guiyang, let's grab these whales. I think Zunatic's pretty strong already, so I think we can probably start removing some of this stuff from here and maybe start putting it towards either Athenai or maybe Knossos. Yeah, let's put it towards Knossos, I'm thinking. Boom. Beautiful. This fleet commander can kind of just chill, to be honest. We only made him so we don't lose too many units. Go ahead and spread religion again, and boom, just like that. Madrid has been fully converted. Again, not that it really mattered. So let's maybe just have this missionary actually start to maybe explore the land area here.
The social pact ensures that men become equal by covenant and by right.
All right, what can we do here? Honestly, at this point, I think we just want to go in on culture. I don't think I really need too much else, to be honest. Yeah, science is pretty whatever at this point. So let's just take that out. Boom. Yeah, I think I'm good with that. In Knossos, let's continue to expand our borders. And then in Nongchang, let's go this way. Oh, wait. What am I doing? I already... Second time, I think, this playthrough. For Athenai, let's start dropping some specialists in. Is that the move? Let's actually maybe grab this for now. And then in Kaifeng, let's grab this Jade. Continue to expand the borders there. And if we have... We're probably not going to hit enough influence, unfortunately. We're even going to be able to get Geigyang here. 7 turns. I think we should be fine there. 2 turns, 4 turns. Let's continue. Let's go a little bit riskier. Let's see if we can maybe get another settlement limit anywhere, perhaps. We can maybe try to get to imperialism, sovereignty, perhaps. Actually, all of these kind of give you the option. So what seems the best here? Honestly, I don't think it makes a difference. So let's just get diplomatic service. And with this Jade, let's drop it in MohProbs. Get us some more gold. Go here. Oh, big gathering here. Car meet, perhaps. Ship meet. A celebration. So let's take the gold. And I'm kind of dumb because I played so much and I didn't realize celebrations would constantly give us new social policies. So happiness is better than I thought it was, to be honest. Let's get gold for now. That's cool. Bring these treasure fleets back. Is there another one here? Yep. Can we hit 30? I think it's gonna be pretty tough, but maybe get close. All right, looks like our Mandarin has reached Luoyang, so let's go ahead. Hello, sir. I'd like to improve relations. Thank you. All right, so is Luoyang the best one? Yeah, seems like a pretty good one. Xinjiang's actually pretty good too. Getting all that gold from that Jade. Yeah, maybe that's actually the better one, but where's that? All the way over there. Don't know if we're really gonna be able to take advantage of it. Let's see how many turns it's gonna take. 5 turns, actually, not terrible. 4 turns there, 4 turns here. Let's do that. All right, in MohProbs, Yeah, I think I'm just gonna grab a bank. Mo money, mo probs. Put it next to the hospital again. Unload here. All right, it's gonna be tight. I don't think we're gonna hit that that golden age for the economic, but you know, not gonna be too far off. You know, it's very possible. We'll just see when the next batch comes in. No sos. We have a lot of options to build here. I'm gonna say we get a granary for now. Boost up the food. Put it next to the dungeon, I guess. Unload.
Since words are not fine, fine words are not sincere.
All right, looks like another slot has opened up. Let's go ahead and get, I guess, happiness. I don't really think I need anything else really at this point. Where customs and authority once fastened settlements together, now religious tensions tear them apart. As private beliefs become public politics, the reins of power snap, and no force, sacred or secular, can halt the discord that runs rampant. The world rages, and as angry hands reach for weapons, people seek support from abroad, finding community in shared beliefs rather than shared customs. Go ahead and see what we have here. Plus 50% influence towards convert settlement espionage actions. -4 happiness in homeland settlements. Okay. +4 gold in settlements not following your religion. -4 happiness in distant land settlements. I mean, I feel like this is straight up a better one. Got some gold, although again, we don't really need the gold at this point. Yeah, it's not like we're really going to be trying to convert settlements too much. So let's go ahead and grab that, I think. And we don't have that many distant land settlements. In Hanko, let's go ahead and do this. Charlemagne stealing our government secrets. That's fine. You're going to die soon. Oh, actually, he only dislikes us now. It's not hostile like this guy. And let's go ahead and grab the social class for that settlement limit. And I think dive into these last Ming civics right after. Unload. 26 of 30. Very, very close. Let's see how many more turns until we get our next batch. 5 turns. Actually, we might be able to do it. It's definitely gonna be really close, but yeah, we might actually be able to do it. Let's go ahead and settle, which should give us, I think, another distant land settlement. Boom. We have avoided the military dark age. Sorry guys, we wanted to see that. In Hangzhou, let's go ahead and grab this incense right here. Not connected to our trade network. We'd probably need to oh my god, we have 3,000 gold. Let's get a fishing quay here. What can we even do with all this gold? I guess maybe buy another army commander. Purchase. And then with the rest of the gold, I guess let's just keep investing in Knossos perhaps. Let's buy a bank. Boom. While we're at it, why don't we buy a kiln? Sure. Put it next to, oh, right here actually, maybe. Mandarin has reached Xinjiang. Let's make a trade route there. And boom. Honestly, don't need the incense at all. Let's just pop these guys into Bach. Boost that gold. Future tech. And just like that, we're at 88. So the big thing obviously is if you do have things you want to complete, in terms of like the age progress and whatnot, getting the future tech and future civic is probably not the best option. It's fine for our purposes. I do think we'd like to try to get through this age in this playthrough. But yeah, gonna definitely be cutting it a little bit close. 4 turns left. I think in Bach, I don't know, let's just make a wall, I guess. Boom. And sure, let's build a wall here too. In Zunan Tunic, sure. I think it's wall time. Just get a little bit of protection, even though, again, I don't really feel threatened much at all. I guess let's just put 2 turns towards this maybe, or maybe boost our happiness. Could get open the gates, destroy the defenses of a district in a target settlement. Do we even have relic slots anymore? Nope. That looks pretty sick though. The Kapala Cup. Sure, let's just get camps and woodcutter production. Why not? Meanwhile, in Knossos, let's get this grist mill over here. Probably put it next to the fishing quay. Army commander, you can chill. Also, you can chill. And it looks like we have another treasure fleet. 5 turns, we should be fine there.
I worked my wits and thoughts about shapes and figures, and I arranged these shapes one by one.
We can expand Yingtian. I'm gonna say we head towards that section. Oh, never mind. Can't reach it. And then Kaifeng, let's go this way. Everyone's just trying to steal my stuff. What is going on? Hatshepsut, Confucius. I won't forget this, guys. I won't forget this. And then in Bach. I mean, in Bach, I really don't need much. I'm just going to continue to build walls, I guess. In Wakabnal, I guess I'm going to get this bazaar. Let's drop it next to that gristmill. With Zunan Tunic, again, don't need too much here. More walls? Maybe a great wall? Sure. Do I want a great wall? Is that even worth it? I don't know. I guess let's instead get cultural festival. Continue to boost our see if we can get that next social class there. And yeah, let's just take the culture and relic, I guess. Little island down here, which no one's taking. Looks like a war has been declared. Hatshepsut and Amina. Goryeo has been defeated. Gaegyong is now ours. Very nice. I'm gonna grab this for now. Some production and happiness always sounds pretty good to me. And then in Hangzhou, let's take the whales. And then in Gaegyong, let's get the marble there. Augustus wants to be allies. Let's see. What's Augustus' situation here? Neutral with most people, hostile with pretty much anyone I'm unhostile with. You know, I'm not totally against it. Why not? A little confusing why I got that notification. I think Yingtian should be able... Oh, I gotta repair the fishing quay, that's why. Gaegyong also can get tea. A little late, but you know what? Let's just get a fishing quay anyway. We have tons and tons of money, so we can just do whatever the heck we want. In fact, let's invest in Gaegyong a little bit more. Try to get it boosted up a little bit here. Let's get a granary. Mount Tibrogargan.
The purpose of construction is to make things hold together, of architecture to move us.
Looks like our people are unhappy in some of these the distant lands. Gaegyong might revolt if they're unhappy for too long. I think we should probably be able to fix that with resources pretty easily. Let's see if there's any take that out. Give it to you. Who else is unhappy? Hangzhou there's unhappy. Take you out of Wakabnal. Here you go. Have some missionaries. So Hangzhou we can't really fix, unfortunately, but can get some of these other towns a bit happier, thankfully. The production towards, I guess, Wakabnal. Continue to grow Wakabnal as well. I'm gonna say we get the chickens there. And then in Bach, I don't know, I think we're just gonna keep building walls in Bach. There's really not much we need here. In Wakabnal though, maybe let's build some great walls. We already have a couple there. Let's continue the wall, make it even greater. And then with this tech tree, I guess we will... I guess we get production on clay pits and mines. That's cool. Zunan Tunic. Again, I think all these cities are so developed that I think at this point, let's just build walls. Knossos has a lot to build, so I'm going to say we keep purchasing things and investing here. Go ahead and get this hospital. Boom. We'll get an armorer as well. Get that university, sure. And then with our production, we'll go ahead and get a menagerie. No. Let's get... I guess let's get the sawmill. Place that bath. And continue to expand Knossos there. Repair you. It looks like they burnt there down too, right? Yeah. Put it back in Gaegyong there.
When monks are righteous, Rajas are righteous. When ministers are righteous, Brahmins and householders are righteous. Thus, townsfolk and villagers are righteous. The master and apprentice love the master in different ways.
All right, don't think there's too much change here. We're in the final stages. The fires of heaven have become fires on earth. Religious beliefs clash at home and abroad. Missionaries spread their word by mouth, and soldiers by sword and musket. Civilizations crack and bleed as settlements exchange old banners for new in the name of the divine. In the midst of conflict, communities grow ever closer, clinging to one another as a storm peaks overhead. When you convert a settlement you own, gain a migrant and damage 3 buildings in that settlement. I'm not really converting anything, so let's do that. And all missionaries in your territory gain +1 movement. Totally cool. Again, maybe the follower beliefs or the founder beliefs get way stronger. I haven't tested it too much myself, and maybe that's something I should do in another playthrough at some point. But I kind of just don't feel like religion is all that important in this game, to be honest. And that's kind of a pity, to be honest, considering, you know, just how important religion is in real life. And just in terms of like how it affects civilizations and peoples and everything, you know. Maybe there's been some stuff patched in that I'm not aware of. Fierce allegiance to sports teams has transformed fan clubs into political parties. Strong rivalries carry on within the government based on deep value traditions, though these conflicts often still turn to violence. We want gold or culture? Before we do that, let's maybe go ahead and start Ija there. And I'll take the culture. I think we can grab this, open the gates. I think this is the case, but anything with like these purple flags, the magenta flags or whatever, these are going to be abilities that you can get, which if you don't unlock them in a previous age, you generally aren't able to unlock it anymore. So always good if you do see them to grab those as relatively high priority items, although obviously you're not going to use all of them depending on the situation, but always good to have them in your back pocket as well. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like we don't need much else. Let's just wall up and get ready for the next age. Great wall, why not? Boom. More walls. And looks like our treasure fleets are here. We should... Oh, Yingtian hasn't made one yet? Okay, probably next turn. We should be able to hit that economic golden age, and I think that should more or less catapult us into the next age.
Matsuyama Castle. The keep is higher than the autumn sky.
And yeah, I'm just gonna make this great wall massive. I don't know why I can't put it there though. A little weird. Savannah? No, that shouldn't be the case. Yeah, I guess we'll put it there. And then for our science, let's just get happiness, I guess. Sure, more walls. Unload. And yeah, just continue to move around. Looks like we've discovered pretty much all the map, just like a couple patches here, which we kind of need some land units to get to. A supercell thunderstorm right in the middle of, I don't know where this is, but...
Yes. But do you have a flag?
Oh, Knossos getting rocked there. Poor Knossos. Everything seems to be happening. I mean, I guess Knossos and Kalakmul. Let's expand our borders here in Guiyang. Boom. Fortunately, I don't know if I want to keep this wall going. It's starting to reach a little bit too far into the territory, but decently long. 5 tiles. Not bad. Yeah, I guess let's just get walls here. Get that gold from there. And then for our science, let's get metal casting too. Yeah, I don't know what else to do, so more walls. Repair that. Or no, what am I doing? Let's purchase the repair. Am I able to? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Repair the dungeon as well. And then with production, let's actually also purchase stuff. Get the guild hall, sure. And let's get an inn, sure. Oh wow, just like that. Knossos doesn't really have much to build left either. So let's get a wharf here. We have a lot of influence. Do we have enough turns to convert someone is the question. Kanauj maybe? Let's give it a shot. 10 turns. That's going to be close. I kind of don't think we're going to make it though, to be honest. Unless, can we boost it? No. It is what it is. Would have gone to waste either way. I mean, I guess I could have boosted our relationships a little bit. And honestly, we still can. Hey, buddy. Are you finally going to accept something? Let's have a festival. Oh, yeah. Science bros for life. Heal up there. Bring our last guys in here. Yeah, I think we're probably going to trigger the end of the age right about now. So, yeah, probably could have used that influence a little bit smarter. It is what it is. Unload. I just need one more point. Oh, it looks like our missionary finally reached here. Try to explore as much as we can while we can.
Bright are the city walls of the capital. Red-robed officials shout on broad streets.
In a tight-knit village community, small children reach underneath the chickens once again in hopes of more eggs, while their mothers share dwindling supplies of rice down to the grain. There's not enough food to go around. I think we're just gonna take the gold. Damn, we have so much gold. I mean, I think some of it should carry over. I don't know if everything carries over. And that's kind of why, like, I want to keep spending where I can. Let's first repair some stuff, I guess. Something else broken there. Shipyard. Boom. Here in Atheni. Repair. 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 Wow, this storm decimated a lot. And honestly, if anything, in Athena kind of needs to be developed. We focused so much on Knossos that we forgot about the real jewel that we wanted here. Let's get the armor. I don't think I really need 7 necessarily. I think maybe I'd rather complete a district. So let's maybe drop it right here. And sure, let's get a bazaar while we're at it too. 7, sure. 1 turn for the Daming Lu. And we'll follow the yellow brick road here.
Rituals guide the people. Law codes restrain the wayward. The bellows worked incessantly for 3 days and 3 nights, and the bronze melted down and became as water.
Confucius would want a diplomat to follow the Daming Lu when imposing law, would he not? Maybe we can ask him. Yet, the line between government and faith is often precarious and hard to find. We want a tradition slot, or +1 culture and settlements that follow religion. I mean, gotta be the tradition slot, right? And in Knossos, let's go ahead and start getting some specialists. Maybe start with this one. And then in Gaegyang, I'm thinking we go like here, just so we can continue to kind of claim our land up there. I guess in Bach, we're just going to do cultural festivals. Probably all these cities, to be honest. Just cultural festivals everywhere. We're celebrating the end of the world, or the end of the age at least. Guess we'll just get this last one right here at mastery. Yeah, for 2 turns to get a settlement limit, let's go ahead and do that. Sounds pretty good to me. Let's go ahead and get science and gold on science buildings. Sounds pretty solid. All right, I say we go this way. Okay, I guess that was all the movement you had. All right.
From the new land of gold, a sun of gold, a whole fathom wide, and a moon of silver.
Okay, let's expand to the fishes. And in Kaifeng, we can continue to expand northwards. Oh, looks like we've kind of hit our max north area. Let's see how, was it Kanoj? 7 turns. Ooh, close. But I think once we kind of drop this guy down, I think it's probably going to be the next age. I mean, I'm still going to do it this turn, I think, because I don't really care too much, to be honest. Man, steal the technology from us. Let's hit that future tech. And a celebration here. Yeah, more science. Cool. Let's continue our cultural festivals. Never gonna stop. Knossos, let's get the menagerie, I suppose, actually. Do we really need it? There's not a lot of buildable land here. So I kind of don't think we need it. Maybe let's get a Great Wall. Like right here. And then some extra happiness. Where needs happiness? Anywhere? Not really. Everyone seems pretty content right now. Let's go ahead and put this in Knossos. Let's maybe also, since I think, I could be wrong, but I think there's something with the Great Works for the next age. So let's maybe go ahead and buy some temples. Drop one there. That way we can assign the last couple of Great Works around. Let's get one in Hanko here. Of course, assign another Great Work there. All right, I think that's all my unit movement, so I think nothing else to do, but hey, first golden age with the treasure fleets here, not bad. So just like that, boom, 3 more golden ages, and military is a little too far off, unfortunately, but looks like, as we kind of mentioned, going to hit 100% here. So The dark clouds dissipate, and light illuminates the world once more. It shines on a changed landscape of new allegiances, of realignment both spiritual and political. The old religious rivalries have quieted as nations establish fresh authority and leave their neighbors to their own affairs. The age of exploration is ending. A bit of an underwhelming crisis, to be honest. Probably one of my least favorite ones. Again, just because I feel like religion kind of to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's great, but I kind of just do it for the relics, to be honest. I'm hoping that maybe there's a religious path or maybe a alternative culture path with religion. We'll see. But yeah, let's hit next turn and we should hit the next stage here.
The Ming spun trade routes across the earth, weaving networks and harvesting their wealth for the good of the people.
And yeah, again, we get many possible rewards, which we'll explore next time. We can check out the rankings here. Looks like culturally, us and Hatshepsut were the only two golden ages. And no one really able to get economic other than me. No one really doing military either. I think not a lot of, maybe there was a lot of war actually, but I think they're kind of like trading back and forth, so nothing really too crazy. And it seems like they weren't that aggressive with spreading to the islands, which was kind of interesting because I feel like usually in other games I've played, even on lower difficulties, they do seem to get to the islands pretty quickly. And then enlightenment, looks like I was the only, even got a 6th city, which I don't remember having 6 cities, to be honest. But 6 of them having 40 yield total, and looks like only Confucius was even remotely close there. And yeah, checking out the score here, looks like we are kind of dominating, kind of expected considering the difficulty, but we're just trying to learn, do things. Go ahead and check the legend report. And yeah, we'll go ahead, pick our things for the next age. All right, what do we have here? America, economic expansionist. Great Britain, economic expansionist. Okay. Mexico, cultural and diplomatic. I played Mexico before. They're cool. I don't think I want to try them again, though. Mughal, economic and expansionist. A lot of economic and expansionist. Qing, also economic expansionist. Siam, cultural and diplomatic. Nepal, diplomatic and cultural. And Prussia, militaristic and diplomatic. There are no scientific, 2 scientific ones, which I don't think I unlocked at all. Yeah, unfortunate. So does that change our route here at all? I mean, we'll kind of feel it out with this last age. It's going to be a little bit different. Obviously, science is kind of our way. I was playing America in a multiplayer file. I was playing with my friend. So maybe thinking not doing that. Great Britain, I know, is new. One of the DLC. So let's maybe go ahead and try that. Let's check the details here. Gold towards purchasing buildings and production towards constructing buildings. Okay. Costs more to convert towns into cities. That's interesting. And production towards Battersea power stations. Oh, that's probably the wonder. We get a heavy naval unit as well as an explorer to steal culture. I mean, explore the lands and excavate artifacts. Then we have a unique financial quarter. I do always love a good unique quarter. We have +5 gold for the royal exchange, +1 gold adjacency for quarters and wonders, and then +5 production. Honestly, pretty solid. I'm gonna go ahead and say we play as Great Britain here, even though Ben Franklin here maybe gonna roll around in his grave a little bit, knowing that we returned back to GB here. Let's go ahead and pick them.
Chaos is the absence of order, and the world needs structure. Great Britain ascends.
And all right, we have made it into the next age, the modern age. We'll obviously hit that next time. This has been a bit of a longer episode than normal, but obviously we'll see what happens when I edit it down a little bit. But yeah, a lot to talk about for the modern age. And generally, in my experience, the modern age is a lot quicker than the other 2 ages, since you don't really need to go to like 100% complete technically. that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much if you made it all this way. As always, if you liked it, click some of those buttons down below, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.